So this morning I did a spine opening yoga. It was for spine opening, and man, I learned so much. First of all, when we started with our meditation, I like how before each class we actually start with a few minutes of meditation to set our intention for our practice and to really just focus on dedicating our practice to someone, even if it's ourselves. So, a lot of my practices have been focused on myself or dedicated to myself only because um, in the workshop, in the, I can't think of it right now, but anyway, um, the chakra workshop yesterday, she was saying that actual true love is loving yourself first, which I knew, but basically she was saying that if you give out so much love to other people, that means that you really don't love yourself only because it's like the concept of if you're in an airplane and it's going down, they tell you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you help anybody else. Or like if you're in the water or the ocean and you're trying to save someone from drowning and there's something coming up that's going to potentially knock you into it, you put the person that you're trying to save in front of that. So if something happens, you have to save yourself in order for you to save the other person, right? So if you get injured, then both of you are going to drown, if that makes sense. So my practices have been dedicated to myself because I'm learning more than anything not to criticize, not to doubt, because when you put your mind in the way, it's blocking your heart from opening because your heart will say, I can do this. Your heart will say, hey, I'm great. And but your mind will jump in and say, oh, I can't do this. And, it'll get in the way and say, you can't do that, or your back is not, or your core is not. But your heart will say, little by little or step by step, and it's gonna get there, and you're stronger each moment that you even show up to the mat. Even if you have to go into child's pose, everything is about preparation. Like when your child is learning to walk, they have to crawl first to build up the muscles. They can't just walk. Um, anytime you're doing something, it's important. And I didn't realize how even in yoga it's so important to warm up the different muscles and body parts because you can't just think you're going to go into a pose because you may not quite get there, or you possibly may injure yourself. So my whole concept this entire trip has just been, because I even showed up with the expectation when I first started that, oh, when I leave here, I'm going to be able to do, I'm going to be able to really balance. I'm going to be able to, really be able to do this and do that in 8 days. That was literally my expectation. Be able to do the wheel. And they're like, you have to focus more on these things and not just the pose, but the true practice of yoga, which is um, being aware of your vital energy. So, what is your energy? What's the energy around you? What type of energy are you creating within yourself? Is it a positive energy? Is it a not so positive energy, negative energy? So all of those things. So I'm proud of myself that I'm learning that, and I'm giving myself grace, and I'm not um, showing up to the mat with expectation. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. And it doesn't mean that I'm not trying. Um, it just means that I'm really understanding the concept now of, this is not what my body is doing today. You know, um, Giving my body what it needs. They say that all the time, but you really don't understand it until you're in a place or a situation. So, if I have not gotten anything valuable out of this retreat, that is one of the things that has been most valuable for me, and also not judging my body, you know, um, of the size, and not forcing to look like what I think that I should look like, or the world thinks that I should look like, or to say, oh, if I don't have a six pack or look like this, that must mean that I'm not working or I'm like not eating the way I should. No, it just means that my body type is my body type. And it's okay. As long as I know that I'm giving my body what it needs and eating healthy and meditating and doing everything to protect my energy and not holding on to things that no longer serve me. So it doesn't matter if I'm thicker, it doesn't mean I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So anyway, that is my daily journal for today. Peace.